This can't be about no liquor or no smoke, man. I don't want to hear that shit. It's all cop-outs. Rather nigga just say you don't fuck with me. We could probably get somewhere. We could probably get somewhere. Like, it'd be more accepting. Like, you don't have to beat around the bush. You could just say it. Nigga, I don't fuck with you. But I get it. You like to make it fall in your favor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. That was the corniest play that I've seen yet. Like, I just thought you'd make better moves than that, better plays than that, bro. Like, hitting Drake up after I asked you, after we having a problem. And Drake said, nah, I ain't meant, why in a serious moment in my life I'm going to mention that guy? I can respect it. Hell, we could have had that clarity a long time ago. It's not disrespectful to me. At all. But we could have known. Shit, I could have said this. We could have figured this shit out months ago. I just want some clarity on things, homie. That, like, I like the way motherfuckers trying to spin it. You even got punk rock bitches that ain't even got nothing to do with none of it trying to get involved. Like should I bring on, I don't get it, Chad. Should I bring on bitches that really know me? And we can bring some of them same bitches that had something to say, and then we can all do a powwow. I think that's the podcast, because something's going to crack and something's going to really give. I think that'd be outstanding. Everybody wants content. Let's do some fucking content. Because shit's going to go bump in the night. I promise you that. Any of them bitches that he's had to say anything, won't even say their names. We already know the usual suspect. But let's all go sit down. We can get some fucking clarity. Oh boy, that shit's gonna change the whole demographic to everything. Whole terrain's gonna fucking change.
It sound like Sharp ain't playing. Sound like Sharp ready for war.
This nigga, you gonna send Drake a picture of me off Reddit. Man, you fucking love that shit, bro. You love that shit over there. That's how I be knowing half that shit they probably be filtering, nigga, be you. I believe half that shit, bro, that gets posted over there, like, about any of us or anybody. Like, I feel like a cool piece of it be you. Because you're too obsessed with it, dog. Like, you, and the people that are obsessed find themselves being really intertwined in it and a part of it. Drake will kill me. Stop saying bro's name just for advice. Listen, homie. I'm gonna take that as a grain of salt. Okay? That any of that's ever even gonna take even part of any type of real place. You're just saying stupid shit. Stop talking ignorant. Get on your game. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm not really gonna. We're gonna move on. Like, you know, not gonna say much. This motherfucker want to sit down. You want to chop it up and really hash it out, homie. You know, fuck all this shit with these bitches and all this extra shit, homie. These bitches don't even fucking know me. Because a bitch may have caught a quick glimpse. You're fucking weird for that, homie. I gotta say that. Like, that shit irritates me the most that you even try to bring up some bitches on my behalf. Nigga, you don't know me. Adam, you don't know shit about me, bro. Like you said, me and you lost touch months ago, nigga. Stop speaking like you act like you know something when you don't know shit. That shit's starting to piss me off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, you don't know me like that. You wanna talk about me and you and our issues, that's cool. You wanna talk about some fucking bitches, my nigga, like, miss me. That's why I said I crossed the line when I talked about his wife. Nigga, I made an example. I exposed a truth. I exposed a truth about something. I didn't diss the girl, dog her, down.
If you think Sacramento politicians are waiting,
Straight up. I don't have to diss nobody's wife or kid to get my point across. Like, for what? I know how to make logical examples of situations. I was just telling my truth. I'm like, damn, you could tell that nigga, like, bro, you could tell you say some fucked up shit about me, or the things you may say are very maybe, you know what I'm saying? Let's say distasteful to her by the way she responds. That girl don't know me, bro. And I've always been respectful. Because I know there's a stigma on me in the office. I ain't dumb. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm already, like, it's easy to blame me. If I'm known to be a fucking thief, right? I'm one of the coldest thieves in the motherfucking book. Known for it from here to Timbuktu. And something comes up missing in the office, right? Let's just say, example, something comes up missing. I don't give a fuck. A fucking stapler can come up missing. You telling me nobody's gonna cut an eye? Like, come on, homie. Like, miss me with that bullshit. I made an example, and we're gonna leave it for that. The nigga wasn't my boss. We were business partners, homie. You can't fire a nigga that was never a fucking employee. Now, if we part ways, we part ways. That's our business. But sound fired, nigga. Miss me. Any one of you motherfuckers that even think that. You gotta rip up a contract. What contract you got in mind? Rip one up. Show me where you ripping one up and I'm fired. You can't. Man, please. Fired my ass. fired my motherfucking ass. Everybody knows this, though. This is like anybody that's in here talking like that, you know you're a goofy and you don't really know your research and you got to go do it because this has already been known. It's already been stated and put out far back. Like, this is nothing new. Fired or what? Have me on some paperwork. And let's be honest, how would I be any of that if I would have said what I said, shit right, or I didn't do what I did? I didn't speak about certain shit the way I spoke about it and said, hey, man, I'm going to just step back for a little bit. I'm going to take my pillar down. This would have never been an issue. We wouldn't even hear about this.
All right, man, we're going to move on. I want to finish this. Cat Williams exposes Jay-Z involvement in Prince's death. Yeah, man, if you're here, like and subscribe. The Cash App is at the top and in the live chat pinned at the top. 432 Jasper spelled out. Top donation is FJV60 with $4. Appreciate you. Anybody want to match or top that, they get the top donation. So, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into it.
An unwavering faith in God.
Bypass this little ad real quick.
Spiritual in nature, and that's a God-given gift too.
Nonetheless, for an artist exuding undeniable sensuality, Prince maintained an unwavering faith in God. I like to believe my inspiration comes from God. I've always known God is my creator. Without him, nothing works, he once affirmed. Prince's faith may have been deeply rooted in his early life, marked by a miraculous event. He was born epileptic, yet miraculously his condition was cured. As a child, Prince reportedly confided in his mother, suggesting that an angel had foretold his healing, though Prince himself has occasionally expressed uncertainty about recalling this specific conversation with his mother.
My mother told me one day I walked into her and said, Mom, I'm not going to be sick anymore. And she said, why? And I said, because an angel told me so.
Prince was initially raised as a Seventh-day Adventist, but later in life, he embraced the faith of Jehovah's Witnesses. Both of these religions are sometimes considered to be on the fringes of mainstream Christianity. Nevertheless, Prince's unwavering belief in God remains undeniable, particularly when we delve into the themes present in his music. One particular track on which Prince's faith in Christ is evident is the opener of 1984's Purple Rain, which opens with the sermon-like line, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life," as well as a funeral procession-esque organ solo to boot. In 1997, Prince disclosed that the track served as a metaphor symbolizing the conflict between Christ and Satan. However, it was presented as a metaphor rather than a direct and overt reference to his faith. This approach was likely due to the reluctance of radio stations to promote songs with explicit religious themes. As I wrote it, Let's Go Crazy was about God and the de-elevation of sin, Prince said, but the problem was that religion as a subject is taboo in pop music. People think that the records they release have got to be hip, but what I need to do is to tell the truth. I had to change those words up, but the elevator was Satan. I had to change the words up because you couldn't say God on the radio. And Let's Go Crazy was God to me. It was, stay happy, stay focused, and you can beat the elevator. Are we going to let the elevator bring us down? Oh no, let's go. Prince ingeniously navigated the radio censorship restrictions to convey his pastor-like wisdom on the transformative role God can play in our lives when embraced. Notably, the track re-entered the Billboard Hot 100 charts after Prince's untimely death in 2016, surging as high as number 26 just 3 weeks following his passing.
Like that, he's kind of like a black hole, and it's hard to audit, it's hard to get accounting, and it's not that his just about the money.
While much of our initial conceptions of Prince seem at odds with religion, what with all the overt S we find in his music, it is evident that Prince found solace in God, which in many ways eases the pain of his sad and early exit from this life. In Let's Go Crazy, the Revenant Prince proclaims, "I'm here to tell you there's something else, the afterworld, a world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun day or night." Undoubtedly, Prince's influence left a profound impact on many, including Eddie Murphy, who openly acknowledged this connection. In a revealing interview, Eddie Murphy recounted a surreal experience he had once shared with the late music icon Prince at the musician's residence.
It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we're at his house, and Prince goes, "Who wants to go roller skating?" He was like, "What?" And we went to this roller rink at like 3 in the morning.
Eddie Murphy mentioned that Prince had skates that would light up as he skated, similar to the way some sneakers light up when you walk, and according to him, it was a magical moment. He said, "You know how some sneakers, when you walk, they would light up? He had skates that when he skated, they would light up." Fallon responded, "That's bizarre," to which Murphy replied, "It was surreal." However, there were some people who slammed him for the reference of Satan in his songs. Sinead O'Connor has alleged that Prince was involved in devil business and recounted an incident where she perceived him as being violent during a pillow fight. The 54-year-old singer stated that she was called to the late music icon's residence for a meeting in 1991, shortly after achieving global success with her cover of his song, "Nothing Compares to You." In her new memoir, Rememberings, she claimed that the irises of Prince's eyes vanished as he stood at the front door of his Hollywood property, leading her to fear that he might be deeply involved in the occult.
Yeah, I think I was very young. I wasn't ready for the type of success, in inverted commas, that happened. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't really setting out to be a pop star.
Further discussing the moment in an interview with The Times, she said, "That is as true as God. I believe he was involved in devil business because an old girlfriend of his told me he had the power to make S move around the room. He got me up there to see, could this be one of mine? I guess he didn't bank on the Irish and me telling him to go F himself." Sinead, who in the 1990s received ordination as a priest from Bishop Michael Cox of the Irish Orthodox Catholic and Apostolic Church and currently practices as a Muslim, has also detailed in her book a distressing encounter with Prince. She asserted that he struck her with an object concealed within a pillowcase during a pillow fight and described instances of him allegedly stalking her with his car and chasing her down the road after escaping from what she described as a macabre mansion.
But it's very hopeful, isn't it? He obviously intends to get her back.
Yes.
He's getting her back because she's coming home.
The Irish singer has stated that there were multiple factors contributing to Prince's violent behavior during their meeting. Prince, who passed away in 2016 at the age of 57, is no longer able to comment on these allegations.
Yeah, but the whole point, like, let's talk about it, because she's talking about one meeting with Prince. How you don't know people in one meeting, especially somebody that you have to, somebody that has layers to them. You get what I'm saying? Let's be real.
Sinead explained, firstly, Prince didn't like people covering his songs. Secondly, he had all these female proteges, and he was annoyed that I wasn't one of them. Moreover, Sinead has also characterized Prince as a violent A of women and alleged that he terrorized and physically A her during her visit to his Hollywood mansion in the 1990s. These claims were also featured in her memoir, which was previewed in a New York Times profile, a publication that occurred 4 years after Prince's unfortunate death from a drug overdose. She writes that Prince summoned her to his macabre Hollywood mansion, chastised her for swearing in interviews, harangued his butler to serve her soup, though she repeatedly refused it, and sweetly suggested a pillow fight, only to thump her with something hard he'd slipped into his pillowcase, the Times reported. When she escaped on foot in the middle of the night, she writes, he stalked her with his car, leapt out, and chased her around the highway. In her own words, Sinead wrote, "You've got to be crazy to be a musician, but there's a difference between being crazy and being a violent A of women." However, the massive public was always on Prince's side, and they never seemed to be lingered by Sinead's narrative. One of his fans wrote, "The industry has been killing off artists for a long time now. MJ, Prince, Whitney, etc. When you no longer want to play by their rules, this is your end, or they will destroy you in front of millions. This industry is very evil." Another fan wrote, "It's heartbreaking to think of such an icon being in a position of helplessness knowing they were coming for him. And everyone around him was wicked. Soon as he got ownership BCK from his music, they they killed him. One other fan penned his emotions as, "Before he died, I watched him in an interview where he said that G. Washington was not the first U.S. president, that there was 8 other presidents before him, and like he said, I don't know about you, but I get a bit pissed off when people lie to me. Yeah, I get pissed too." His untimely demise really left the audience in shock, and many questions unanswered. In addition to the official conspiracy theories surrounding Prince's death, such as TMZ's suggestion of a drug overdose and the National Enquirer's mention of AIDS, the internet has given rise to various speculations about the circumstances of the musical genius's passing. Some even pointed out curious connections, like The Simpsons supposedly predicting Prince's death.
Playing second fiddle to Michael Jackson, and perhaps that had something to do with the fact that the episode never got made.
The 19th episode of The Simpsons' annual Treehouse of Horror series included a segment where Homer Simpson eliminates several celebrities, including Prince, whom he supposedly kills using the singer's distinctive-shaped guitar. Some individuals have interpreted this as possible evidence that the animated comedy series had foreknowledge of Prince's eventual death, which took place 8 years later, and have even suggested the involvement of the Illuminati.
That's trippy because Simpsons seem like they predict everything. So is it prediction or prophecy? You get what
In
I'm
these
saying?
speculations. However, fans also think that he is himself responsible for his own death. As one person commented, "I grew up a Prince fan. I stopped listening to him years before he died. It was so many things I found out that I would never praise an entertainer again in my life. All of them are paid to entertain and keep you blinded from the truth. Hollywood is evil wood, the devil's playground. He was a big player in his own death. Moreover, there is an interesting story about Prince holding back an album due to a negative ecstasy trip. His Black album was initially set to be released in 1987, but just before its release, he withdrew the album. Insiders claim that Prince believed releasing the album would have an evil influence, and he reportedly expressed that he couldn't subject the world to it. The album was eventually released in 1994.
All the girls and all the boys, get close. Have no fear.
Prince's enigmatic nature and statements have led some people to believe that he may have predicted his own death. His brief and somewhat awkward interaction with social media included his last Instagram post just before his passing. This post featured a picture of him along with the since-deleted message, "Just when you thought you were safe." Given Prince's tendency for mysterious pronouncements, some more conspiracy-minded individuals on the internet have interpreted this message to suggest that he might have had a premonition or sense that he was in some form of danger. However, such interpretations are speculative and not based on concrete evidence. One of his friends, Maya Washington, said, "Before you meet him, you have the idea of him being this thing. He's untouchable. He's a unicorn. He's a metaplanet." So the first thing I was taken aback by, and a lot of people are taken aback by, is his size. Because I'm short, I'm 5'3", and he's shorter than me. But that aside, he is a unicorn. He's somehow floating when he's talking. Some individuals have suggested that Prince may have predicted his own death during his final public appearance at a party held at Paisley Park shortly after receiving treatment for an overdose and just days before his passing. According to reports, Prince told those in attendance, "Wait a few days before you waste any prayers." This statement has led to speculation and
He said, wait.
interpretations that he might have had a foreboding sense of his impending death. However, it's important to note that such interpretations are based on the circumstances surrounding his final days and remain speculative.
Left everything on the stage. He gave us his all. He did around 4 encores.
And he was dead after some time. Music legend Prince died after taking what he thought was Vicodin, but was actually a counterfeit painkiller that was laced
Vicodin or Vicodin?
with fentanyl, a Minnesota prosecutor said in announcing that he would not be filing criminal charges in Prince's death. In all likelihood, Prince had no idea he was taking a counterfeit pill that could kill him, Carver County Attorney Mark Metz said at a news conference in Chaska. Others around Prince also likely did not know that the pills were counterfeit containing fentanyl. Despite an intensive investigation, there is
Same way, man, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
no reliable evidence showing how Prince obtained the counterfeit Vicodin laced with fentanyl, or who was involved in procuring those pills, Metz said. This has compounded the shock and sorrow of his departure for his fans, still wondering why he died of an opioid overdose and why his multi-million-dollar estate is still such a mess. Contradictions and seeming inconsistencies are part and parcel of Prince.
Guys, I'm about to cash a check for $180,000 and get my entire car loan paid off. I'm getting
of Prince's whole story, nothing is simple or self-evident, says Alex Hahn, a Boston lawyer, Prince fan, and co-author of The Rise of Prince, 1958 to 1988. With someone like Elvis Presley or Kurt Cobain or Amy Winehouse, there is an unambiguous picture of physical or psychological deterioration as part of substance abuse. Prince died of an overdose, but he doesn't have these other signs in common with them. Moreover, Frank Wheaton, a lawyer who, up until last month, represented one of Prince's siblings and presumed heirs, one of an army of lawyers involved in the case, says there's a lot of mystery, a lot of information behind the curtain, and reportedly Cat did not delay in connecting it with Jay-Z. He persistently voiced his apprehensions about an unjust system, challenging the established norms. In his unyielding journey, he managed to carve out a distinct place for himself in the industry. Notably, he unveiled a facet that adds to Jay-Z's current authority and sway, a connection with numerology that largely contributes to his pervasive power. According to Kanye, Jay-Z has shown significant interest in the occult and have been linked to human sacrifices in the past. Kanye West's close bond with them was once considered among Hollywood's strongest connections. Their friendship seemed genuine, leading us to believe it would last indefinitely. However, this perception was shattered. Kanye's words were direct. He asserted that not only his mother, but also others had been sacrificed, and yet a veil of silence shrouds this alleged dark group. Those who resist control reportedly experience trauma or disappear. Known for his candid expressions, Kanye remains unafraid to voice his thoughts, whether they pertain to anti-Semitism or uncovering instances of human sacrifices. In addition, Kanye asserted his immunity to control by Hollywood's higher-ups due to his lack of involvement in any harmful acts. However, he proceeded to outline a roster of individuals who could be influenced, prompting us to infer that he might be alluding to those associated with the Illuminati and who have a history of causing harm to innocent lives. It appears increasingly clear that Prince was not overly preoccupied with the workings of the physical world or what would transpire after his transcendence. Perhaps he had a deep-seated confidence that his legacy was firmly established through his life's accomplishments, and he was content to leave the unfolding of events to fate as he embarked on his...
Oh, man. That's crazy, though. I hope that shit ain't true. Diddy gets away.
Which I used to rock all the time.
What's this right here? How one woman tore apart a small town. Let's click it.
The first time he's done it. There should be history here with a male party doing the same thing. If you can look it up and run him.
The overdosed individual is at his mother's house. His own child was in the house with him while he administered illegal narcotics to himself, causing him to pass out on the bathroom floor.
I got a kid in here. Did someone grab her on the way in? Here, sweetie, stay down here. Hey, move away from the door. Away from the door.
Got it?
No.
Here, let me in.
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, easy. Hey. Sit up, sit up. Here. Tons of needles here. Someone go get the med guy. Tell someone else to grab that kid. Where's the kid? Downstairs. She was trying to come up here. She's with Grandma.
Officers check Jared's pulse and check if he is breathing.
He's breathing.
They do what they can to wake Jared up by raising his legs and shouting his name.
Can you hear me? Stay with us here. Stay with us. Come on.
Tons of needles in his pockets. Let's make sure he's got nothing else on him.
Stay with us. You're doing all right.
Jared!
Can you stretch his legs out, maybe?
Luckily, after several minutes, their efforts are successful.
Wow. Damn, we got lucky. Straight up.
Jared! Hey, how you doing?
Hey!
Hey! His eyes are pinning on something.
Yeah, he's not focused.
Jared! Jared! Stay with us, buddy. Come on, we got help coming up here.
What'd you take?
Shortly after Jared slips back into consciousness, medics arrive.
We got some RPM on.
Injected through the foot.
Hey, Jared!
We got the needle behind us.
Oh, he injected through the foot. What a savage. What a savage.
Okay. He looks like he's alert. Conscious at least. Okay. We're working with his name. Jared.
Yeah.
Jared.
Hey, Jared.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Zach. What's going on? Did you take anything, Jared?
No.
Jared, we don't have an internal law here for heroin. So did you take heroin? You're not in any trouble if you have it in your system. They need to know how to treat you.
What did you take, Jared? We've got the needle.
Nothing.
Oh, jeez. He's on bond. That's why he's not going to say it. He was doing really well.
What were
This
you
must be a
cooking?
relapse here.
Nothing.
Jared, come on. This isn't my first day, man. We've got your needle, we got your baggie, we got your cooker, you got a lighter down there. What were you using so we can get you healthy and safe? Heroin, fentanyl, meth?
No.
You didn't hit your head or anything like that, did you?
No.
His head was against the door and we had to push it open to get in here.
I missed my face.
You weren't breathing there for a second.
Yeah.
And obviously the next step is death, so we can't let that happen. Can you come with us willingly? Just to get checked out, because what just happened is not normal.
Likely due to fears of being in trouble, Jared continues to deny any drug use with the officers and medics for several minutes. Afterwards, he is transported to an ambulance with another officer who continues to question him. Some officers stay behind at Jared's home to keep tabs on his daughter and his mother's well-being. They also stay behind to search the house once they eventually obtain Jared's consent to do so.
That's always the way they become a company. The kid normally has access to it too.
Yeah, I know. I've been here. I don't want to make times as well. He was here last year. He did not have that much gray hair. He's been aging hard.
Mom couldn't get the door open. She's pretty deaf in here. She's used to this situation.
Tons of needles, as you see.
So I hear he broke down crying. I'm gonna tell you guys, he was doing excellent. I came here right after my vacation. He was healthy. He looked great. He was coming home from work, going to work. Kid was having a good time with him. Got a hold of him again. It's too bad because mom really cares for him a lot. And he just keeps.
She's getting tired of it.
She cares. She's sick of it being in the house.
Ma'am? Oh, sure. Hey, Jared, is there anywhere to open inside the house?
No.
Where's the stuff at the end?
I think they have.
They have it already, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason I asked, you got a 3-year-old inside, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
We're getting a hold of something. It's gonna kill him.
Definitely.
No product.
Man. Shit. Yo, I gotta get out of here, man. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna be back on. Give me like an hour. And we're gonna keep this shit running. Very interesting, man. We still didn't get to how one woman tore apart a small town. But we will in a second. So give me a second. I will tap in with you guys here, man. Hit the Cash App, helps out the channel.